Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. Pingu is back!
He's back!
Words cannot describe how unbelievably excited I am hearing this news. In case you're not aware, Mattel has announced a new Pingu series by Aardman. Yes, that Aardman is in development. As for a release date, we don't know. John Silverman, who is Mattel's chief franchise officer by the way, has stated this: "You couldn't ask for a more perfect marriage. I was just with their team. We are overjoyed about the project. It's going to be really, really special. Pingu just continues to, organically, have a tremendous amount of affection and attention, and a tremendous amount of relevance." Upon hearing this news, I was, to no one's surprise, pumped about this, but also a little bit skeptical and left me with a few questions. Skeptical as in, given how Mattel has treated two of his biggest franchises, being Bob the Builder and Thomas, were rebooted abysmally and strayed too far from what made them so special. So I was a little bit worried about what they were going to do with Pingu. But given that Aardman is no stranger to animal-related projects and telling non-verbal stories, I'd expect this to go either way. And in terms of several questions, well, there's a few. The biggest being who is going to be voicing every single character. As I'm sure you're all aware at this point, from seasons 1 to 4, all the characters were voiced by one VA, in a style similar to the early seasons of 5 and Sam and Postman Pat. That being the late Carlo Bonomi. Then in seasons 5 and 6, Hit Entertainment, when they brought the series back, hired new VAs to replace Carlo, which honestly sound more fluid and better than Carlo's voices. Not that Carlo's voices were bad per se, God no, but I may just be biased because I have a lot of nostalgia towards seasons 5 and 6. No, seriously, I mean it. Then, when Pingu in the City came out, new VAs were hired there, which don't sound bad per se, but they're not the greatest compared to the previous VAs. So now that begs the question, who in the flying mother of God is going to be voicing all the characters for Aardman's take on the show? Louis and I talked about this, and he speculated that they might bring in the VAs for Shaun the Sheep. Well, I honestly doubt that. I mean, if Wallace Gromit and Chicken Run have taught us anything, is that Aardman can bring in new voice actors in certain circumstances. So I think they'll either do two things. Either bring back the VAs Hit hired for seasons 5 and 6, or bring in completely new VAs that sound more fresh, but stay true to Carlo's style. Or Hit style, I don't know. And the other thing I want to bring up is the animation style. I mean, given that Chicken Run was made by Aardman, and that Pingu is a very fluid show and has its own unique feel from stuff like Thomas, Bob the Builder, Postman Pat, etc., I'd assume that Aardman would do the animation style very similar to Chicken Run's style. Now granted, they could do the animation style akin to Wallace and Gromit, but I'm also leaning towards the latter. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is the most important part, is the release. Now, given that Mattel just greenlit this not too long ago, I doubt that we'll probably not see this for another few years. But my guess, we probably won't see this until 2026. I mean, given that several big names are getting the spotlight in 2026 through movies, with Shrek and Toy Story being the big ones, and Mario getting an animated sequel to the phenomenal and successful first movie, I think it's logical that we see Pingu until that time period as well. And it would be fitting. Now, granted, we could see some information about it and a potential trailer for it to mark the show's 35th anniversary next year, but 2026 sounds like a reasonable release date. That's all I have to say about it. Let me know what you guys have to say on it. Are you excited? Or do you think it's gonna be another Mattel cash grab? Let me know. Until the next video, bye guys.